A very warm welcome, dear students. I am Ritu Joshi, your computer teacher. Hope you are healthy and safe at your home. So today we are going to start another chapter of computer. So let's proceed. So student, today we are going to start our next online computer class. We have to start with lesson number 3, word processor, that is tabular presentation. So hope you have learned the MS Word in your previous classes also in 5th standard, but here also we have to learn word processor or MS Word, but today we are going to learn in word processor we are going to learn tabular presentation. That means how you will have to create the table in your word presentation. So here you can see the learning in the chapter. The first, introduction to the table, where you will learn what is table, why you are using table, okay, what is the purpose of creating the table in a document. Second option, you can see it here, we will learn how to create a table. There are a number of ways are there by which we can create a table in MS Word. So we have to learn about all those particular ways. The next topic is selecting cell, row, column and table using mouse. How you will select a cell, row, column and table using a mouse in a table. The next topic we will cover, that is selecting the text inside a single cell. How will you will select a text inside a single cell. Next, once you have created a table, if you find there is some changes required inside the table, then how you would have to do the editing in a table, we will also learn. And the last part is that formatting a table. What is the formatting of a table, we will learn today, and how we will have to do the formatting in a table, that we learn in our next class. So let me proceed. So here you can see what is table. If you talk about the table is organized arrangement of data in the sense text, number, pictures and other objects, which consist of number of rows and columns. Okay, so in various things you have learned about the tables. There are various things for which we are needed a table. You are making the table in your copy, different subjects copies also, wherever you need to put the rows and columns. Okay, so whenever we have to put the things like text, number, pictures and other objects in a tabular form in the sense rows and columns, then we have to put the things in a table, and table is organized arrangement of data. Now other terms which is related with the table, which is cell. Okay, here you can see in the screen there is a table I showed here, and you can find that specific cell is there where you can see this like quantity is there. Okay, so quantity is written in a specific cell. So what is a cell? The intersection of columns and row in a is called a cell. Wherever row and column get intersect, that is called an individual row, individual cell. We have seen the one line is there, that is the row. Then it is horizontally it is row, vertically it is divided into columns, and individual box you have seen in the table, that is called the cell. And in the definition way we can say the intersection of columns and row is called a cell. Now we have to come to the next part, how we have to create a table. We have seen that what is table, what it contained. Okay, the next part, the various ways are there in MS Word to create a table. The first is using table grid. Second, using insert table dialog box. Third, draw table. Fourth, quick table. And next part is converting text to table. So we have to come to the first part, which is using table grid. So if suppose you're creating a table using a grid option, so what are the steps you will have to follow for creating this? These are the steps you can see in the screen. The first step, click on the table button on the table group. Okay, table tab or table group, the various groups are there, views is there. Okay, so under the insert tab option, you can find a table group or the table button. Okay, where you can uh, from where you can find this grid option. The next is drag the mouse pointer over the grid to select. As you can see here in the screen, drag the mouse pointer over the grid to select the number of rows and column you want on a table. Okay, so here you can see a grid here. Okay, so later part we will do it practically also. You can find a grid, as many number of columns or rows you needed. You drag the mouse over them and the table will be created in your document. Now we have to come to the next way to create a table using insert table dialog box. Steps to create a table using insert table dialog box are: first, click on insert tab, then table button, and then select the insert table. Okay, so what you have to do that? First you have to click on insert tab, table button, and then insert table. Second, specify the number of rows and column and click OK. Okay, when you will have to select the insert tab, table button and insert table option, it will show a dialog box in your screen like you have seen here. Okay, where you have to specify the number of columns and number of rows. You will have to specify how many columns and how many rows you are needed in your table. Okay, once you have selected number of rows and number of column, you click on OK button. The next way of creating a table is draw table. So what are the steps to draw a table in your document? We can see it here. Click table button on the insert tab. Choose draw table option. The first thing you keep in your mind, whenever you have to create the table, you go on insert tab, then you have to come to the table button, and once you click on the table button, it will drop down the option where you can find all the option to create a table. The same is it here. You have to select the draw table option. Click the desired position in the document and drag down the mouse pointer to draw the outline of a table. Now you will have to go to the specific place where you would like to draw your table, and after going to that position, you have to drag down the mouse pointer to draw an outline of a table. That means first you have to create the outline box of a table. Next, to draw rows, drag the pointer left to right. And if you would like, after creating the outline, you will have to draw the rows. And for drawing the rows, you will have to drag the mouse pointer left to right. That means you will have to draw a horizontal line from left to right. The next, to draw column, drag the pointer top to bottom of the table. Now you will have to create the columns. So what you can do that? You have to go to the specific place and draw the vertical line. Okay, and that vertical line is from top to bottom. And once you have done with your rows and column, you have to press escape key, and you can find the way you have seen in the screen, your table has to be created in your Word document. The next way of creating a table is a quick table option. So first we have to know that what is quick tables. Okay, as the name suggested, to insert table, to draw table by the grid, it's clear by its name. But here we have to know that what is quick tables. Quick tables are a quick and easy way to insert pre-designed table in your document. Okay, that is, the pre-designed templates are there, ready-made tables are there, which you can directly use in your document. You need not to create anything, you need not to think anything about the design of the table. It's already there, you just have to select and insert in your document. So what are the steps we have to follow to create the table by quick table option? First, click where you want to insert the table. You have to click on the position where you want to insert the table in the document. Second, click on insert tab, table and quick table option. The same way, we have to go to the insert tab, click on the table button and select the quick table option. After selecting the quick table option, it will show number of templates, number of designs of the table. Whichever design is suited to you, you have to select that particular template, particular design, and the table will be created in your document like you have seen in the screen. The last option is there, converting text to table. Okay, suppose we have a text is there in the tabular form, but there is no row and column is there, so we can convert the text into a table. But it has to be properly created in a tabular form. So what we have to do, enter the text first, select the text next, then click on Insert tab, Table button and Convert Text to Table option. After this, we have to define number of rows and number of columns in the Convert Text to Table dialog box. Okay. After selecting the text which we would like to convert into a table, we have to define number of rows and column. Okay. After defining this, we have to click on OK. Then whichever text you have written, it is converted into a table. Like you can see it here on the screen. You can find that with the help of tab key, this particular text has created and later on it is converted into a table. Now we have to come to our next option of learning, which is selecting cell, row, column and table using mouse. How you can select cell, row, column and table using the mouse. So first we have to come to the cell. Cell is clear to you. The intersection of rows and column is called cell. The individual boxes in the table is called the cell. So how we can select the cell? Position the cursor at the one of the cell you want. Then click on the select to get the drop down list of selection commands and then choose select cell from it. Column, position the cursor at the one of the cell of the column you want. Then click on select to get drop down list of the selection command and then choose select column from it. Okay. The same way we have done in the cell, the same way we have to do in the column. Okay, you can select the entire column with the one cell of that particular column. Next row, position the cursor at the one of the cell of the row you want and then click on select to get the drop down list of the selection commands and then choose select row from it. Okay, so what you can do, you have to position the cursor one of the cell of the row. Suppose you have in a one row you have 4 cells are there. You can come, you have to be place the cursor in any of the cell of the row. Okay, then click on the select option to get the different select option and select row from it. The last one, how you will have to select the table, position the cursor at the one of the cell you want, then select the select to get the drop down list of the selection command and then choose select table from it. Okay, the same way any of the cell you have to place the cursor, go in the select option, drop down list will come, drop down from the drop down list. Now you will have to select the option select table, so the entire table will get selected. Okay, so let me repeat. For the cell, we have to place the cursor in the cell which we want to select, then go on the select drop down list, select the option select cell. For the column, entire column, any of the cell of the entire column, you have to place the cursor, then go on the select option, click on the select drop down and select column option. For the row, place the cursor in any of the cell of the entire of specific row and then select the select row option. And for the entire table, place the cursor in any of the cell of the table and then select the select table option from the drop down list, so the entire table will get selected. Okay, so by which these options we can select the cell, row, column and table. Now come to the selecting the text inside a single cell. If suppose you want, we have seen how we can select the entire cell, entire column, entire row or entire table. If you would like to select the specific text inside the specific cell, how we would have to select? So we have different options are there and their actions. Suppose you would like to select a word, then you have to double click on that particular word. You would like to select a sentence, hold down the control key and click anywhere in the sentence. Okay, अगर आपको पूरा एक sentence select करना है, then you have to press control key, don't lose it, and then click anywhere in the sentence. Third, a block of text, drag the mouse over the text. Okay, like normal selection we have to do to drag the mouse over the text, the entire block of the text will get selected. A paragraph, triple click on the paragraph and the paragraph will get selected. Okay, for word we have to double click, for the paragraph we have to triple click over the paragraph. Okay, so by which we can select the text inside a single cell. Now we have to come to editing a table. Editing means once you have created anything, sometimes we needed to change it. Okay, we did some mistake or we feel that no, there is something which is missing in that particular table, so we have to do the editing. We need not to delete everything and make it again. Whatever we have made, we can do the changes on it. That is called the editing. So we can also make changes in the data of a table. We can insert rows, columns, cells in a table. Similarly, we can delete rows, column or cell in the table. Okay, so what is editing? If you feel that some column is missing, some row is missing, or the cells is missing, then you can insert in the table. This meanwhile, if you feel that some rows are extra, some columns are extra, some cells are extra, then you can also delete them. So in the editing table part, we have to learn two things: how to insert column, rows in a table, and how to delete rows and columns. So we have to come to the first option, inserting columns, row in a table. You can use insert command in the layout tab to manage the rows and columns in tables. So what we have to do? We have to use the insert command in the layout tab to manage the rows and columns. So what we have to do for that? You can add row above or below the cursor position. Suppose you place a cursor in a specific row. Wherever you place the cursor, above to it and below to it, you can insert a row or column. Click where you want to table in your table to add rows or column, then click on layout tab. Okay, then to add rows, click insert above or insert below to the column. Table. To insert you can insert the column. Okay, so to add rows, click insert above or insert below, or to add column, to insert left or insert right. अगर आपको rows insert करनी है, then what you have to do? Select option, insert above or insert below. Whichever cell you are placing your cursor, you would like to insert the row above to it or below to it. Okay, and if you would like to insert a column, you would have to decide wherever, in whichever cell you place your cursor, you would like to insert the column in its left or in its right. Okay, the main tip is there: to add row at the end of the table, click the last cell of the last row and then press tab key. Okay, if you would like to add a row at the end of the table, suppose you feel one more row you have to add at the end of the table, what you can do, you have to go to the last cell of the last row. Okay, suppose your 5 rows are there, 3 columns are there, then you go on the 5th row and under 5th row, 3rd column, okay, and press tab key, okay, and then the new row itself will get added with the table. So understand, if you would like to insert the row, place the cursor in a cell, okay, so you would have to decide where you place the cursor in the cell. By above, you would like to insert the row, or by below, you would like to insert a row. For the column, where you place your cursor in the cell, you have to decide you would like to insert the column at the left of that particular cell or at the right of that particular cell. And if you would like to insert at the end, then you have to go to the last cell of the last row and then press tab key. The row will be added with the table. So you can see the option. So you have to go to table, then insert option. Here you can find the options column to the left, column to the right, row above and row below. Okay, by which you can add row and column. Now we have to come to the delete row and columns. How we can delete rows and column? Click a row or a cell in the table and then click the layout tab. Okay, for this also we need the layout tab. Click delete and then click option you need in the menu. Note, the option to delete the table on the delete menu is not only in the Word. If you want to delete table in PowerPoint, select the delete it option. Okay, so you will have to place the cursor which you want to delete. Okay, and then click on the delete button. Okay, in the layout tab. Once you click on the delete button, it will show a dialog box where it will show all 4 options. Okay, the same. Delete entire row. Okay, so if you would like to delete the entire row, you will have to select the delete entire row option. Okay, the same way delete entire column, then you have to select the delete entire column option. In the last part, we have to learn here formatting a table. That is the last topic for the day. Today we only learn what is formatting a table and how we have to format a table, that we do later on in our next class. Formatting controls overall appearance of a table. After creating a table, we can format the entire table by applying different formatting styles, changing a row height, applying border and shading. A table can be formatted by using table style gallery. Okay, so what is formatting? Formatting controls overall appearance, how the table look in the document. That is called the overall appearance of a table. Okay, so after creating a table, we can apply different formatting styles, changing row height, applying border and shading. Okay, and all that we can do with the table style gallery. So what are the steps to apply the table style gallery? Click on the table that you want to format. We have to select the table which we want to format. Click on the design tab under the table tools. Under the table tools option, we have to select the design tab. Okay, this table tool option under the design tab. Select the desired style, and after that, whichever style we needed, we have to select. I come again on the steps. First of all, you will have to select the table by which you want to do the formatting. Then you have to go to the option design tab under the table tool option. Okay, and then you have to select the desired style. So whichever style you will select, it will apply in your table. So rest of the part of the formatting we will do in our next class. Here you can see that this is the formatting of a table. You can see number of designs are there. Whichever design you needed, you just have to select that design and it will get applied in your table. So let's take a quick recap what we have learned today. We have learned about introduction of tables. We have learned how to create the table with the different ways, like grid, by inserting a table, by drawing a table, by quick table, and by converting a text into a table. Then we learned how to select cell, row, column, table using a mouse. Then we have learned selecting text inside a single cell, how we'll have to select the single cell inside the text inside the single cell. Like if we would like to select a word, we would like to select a paragraph, we would like to select a block of text. So different ways are there to select them. Then we have learned editing a table. What is editing a table and how to do the editing, means how to add number of rows and column, how to delete rows and columns from the table. And then the last, we have done what is formatting a table, what is formatting, what is the meaning of formatting a table, and little bit how to do the formatting of a table. So after completing the lesson, there are some questions for you what you have to do after watching this lesson. Okay, after learning from this lesson, you will have to solve these questions. The answer of these questions you will get it from this video only, and you can do in any of you can do in a notebook. Okay, so what are these? Explain the term table. You will have to explain the term what is table. Okay, that you get it from this video only. The second question, what do you understand by the term formatting? Okay, what is the meaning of formatting? What is formatting? You would have to write the answer. Next, mention the steps to insert rows in a table. You would have to write down the steps of inserting a rows in a table. And the last, how to create a quick table. That means you would have to write the steps of creating a table through quick table option. So student, what we have learned in the previous part, now we are going to do it practically. So first we have done that how to insert a table. We have learned various ways to insert the table. The first one was on the basis of grid. So here you can see in the screen, the grid is there. You go on the insert option, then select table button on the insert tab, and then you can find a grid option is there. Here you have to select the number of rows and column. As you mouse over the specific number of columns and row, the table has to be created in your document. Okay, like suppose we have seen here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 columns and 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. Like I have selected in the grid option. So now you have to click enter, and this table is created with the help of grid option. The next we have to come here to create a table through insert table option. Again I have to come to the insert tab, come to the table button, and here you can find the option insert table. When you click it on this option, you will find this dialog box where you have to select number of rows and number of columns. By default, number of rows are given 5 and number of rows given 2 and number of columns are 5. I suppose I have given number of columns 4 and number of rows 3. Okay, and then I click it on OK button. So here the table is created which have 1, 2, 3, 4 columns and 1, 2, 3 rows. Now we have to come to the third insert table option. Come in the insert tab, then come in the table button, and here you can find the option draw table, by which you can draw a table in your document. Here you can see this draw table option. Just click it over here. Okay, and your pointer is converted into a pencil. So what you have to do that you drag and drop the mouse, drag the mouse to the left to the right of the screen, and as large as table you need it, you have to draw the border of the table like this. Then after we have to create number of rows. Suppose I would like to create 4 rows, then I just have to click it here and just drag the mouse from left to right. This is first row, second, this is third. So how many rows I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. The same way you have to create the columns from top to bottom. Like this. Like this. and like this. Okay, so this is our option to draw a table where the pointer has to be converted into a pencil. Now we have to come to the next option in the insert tab in table button, and which is quick table. Okay, so I have to come here. Quick table is actually the ready-made template I already discussed uh, in the previous part. So we have to come to the table button and select the quick table option. And you can find the various ready-made templates of the table are here. Whichever you feel that suited to you, you have to come here and select the particular one. The table has to be created here. Now you can change the content of the table yourself. Now we have to come to the next option in the insert table, which is the next table option is there is insert table from convert table from text to table. So what we have to do for this, first we have to write the content. Suppose I have written the content serial number, then use the tab, then student name, then tab, then age. Then come to the next line, 1, then Nikhil I have given first name, then given 12, number 2 I have given another name, number 3 given another name. Okay, so if you would like to convert a text into a table, so your text should be written in a proper way. If you would written the text in a paragraph wise, it will not properly convert into a table. So what I can do that, we have to come here, select this text, okay, then come in a table option. Okay, here the option convert text to table. So showing that number of columns 7. Okay, so because we have put up as number of tab, so that's why it's given 7. So what I can do that, I can make number of column 3. Okay, and number of rows is given 12, which cannot be changed. So it's given like this. Still the text is not proper, so it's not given that convert text into a table. So I do one thing, I can undo this and I just make some changes on here. So here you can see convert text number of columns 3 have changed. So you can see still there's some problem is there with the tabbing, so that's why it's not given the proper. So here you can do this with the convert text into a table. Now we have to come to how to enter a text. You just have to enter like this. Suppose I put it here SNO, then tab S name, then tab age, then tab section, then tab class, and then tab section. Okay, then you come to the next line. You have to press tab again. So wherever the specific cell you wanted to go, you have to press tab. It will take you to the next cell, whether it is in one row, whether it is in another row. So now if you would like to select a specific word, then what we have to do, we have to double click over the text, then particular text is get selected and you can make the changes on it. Okay. Now if you would like to delete something from here, so what we have to do, if you would like to delete a column, then we have to select it. Okay, and then what you can do, that you have to right click over here and here you can find delete column option. And if you would like to delete a row, then you will have to select the whole row, right click over here, and you will have to click on the delete cell option. It will ask you delete the entire row, you have to select, and okay, the entire row will get deleted. So these things we have done today. Apart from this, the formatting is left, which we will do in our next class. So dear students, hope you have learned about the tabular presentation in word processor. Hope you have learned how to create a table, how to insert row and column in a table. One more thing I would like to mention here, whatever the question I am giving you in the past video as well as in this video, you should have to solve these questions. Okay, so because once you're back to the school, we will check the question which I have given to you. So happy learning to you. Thank you.